The 16th century Renaissance marks the activation of version 1.0, the exact moment the historical simulation finally booted up. Everything preceding that moment, the 7 centuries from 700 to 1400, functions as pre-rendered backstory. It is a massive lore file injected into the matrix to provide a necessary context for the present reality. To test this hypothesis, we are conducting a forensic code audit on the dataset of the English Monarchy, searching for the algorithmic glitches that prove the simulation exists. If history is a coded dataset, we should find developer bugs hidden in the source material. Mathematician Anatoly Fomenko identified the first major data anomaly by running statistical analyses on the history of England up to 1327 and the Byzantine Empire up to 1453. This map reveals the mathematical parallel between the two datasets. Regicide events and milestones occur at nearly identical intervals, creating a 98.7% duplication match. In programming, this is a massive copy-paste failure, reusing baseline code to save processing time. These repeating chronological milestones suggest the foundational timeline is built on a series of duplicated digital reflections. Biology is messy and unpredictable. Computer algorithms, however, rely on perfectly neat, repeating symmetry. These terminal windows show the initialization of the primary monarch avatars, Offa, Alfred, and Henry II. These figures serve as the anchor points for the entire succession variable. This diagram outlines block logic. Prior to 1066, the system generates 4 Danish and 4 Anglo-Saxon NPCs, creating a symmetrical block of 8. That structure dictates succession until 1399. From there, the Lancaster, York, and Tudor lines form a precise 3x3 matrix. Biological dynasties rarely organize themselves into perfect repeating multiples of 3, 4, and 8. Once the blocks are established, the algorithm introduces the Edward glitch. This circular gear shows how the system executes a looping variable. If we exclude the Norman server glitch of 1066, exactly every 7th king generated by the system is named Edward. These bar graphs track hard-coded runtimes for avatars named Henry. The first 2 monarchs share a reign of exactly 35 years. The Lancaster and Tudor Henrys share an identical runtime of 62 years. These repeating blocks suggest a developer reusing runtime parameters. This architectural array shows the macro architecture of the code, starting with John in 1199 and ending with Jane in 1553. The entire generation cycle forms a perfectly mirrored bracket of Henry, Edward, and Richard variables. These mirrored geometric arrays suggest we are analyzing the source code of the succession rather than the organic lifespans of kings. If history is an algorithm, we have to identify the programmers who generated the backstory dataset. This graphic illustrates Edwin Johnson's theory that 16th century Christian chroniclers, like Bede and Chaucer, were the developers. They weren't recording history, they were generating the lore. During the Tudor era, these developers attempted to hotfix the 5th century Camelot mythos into the royal line using the variable Arthur. This directory shows the failure of the Arthur patch across the Tudor and Stuart lines. Every attempt to spawn the variable resulted in a fatal error. The system terminated the avatars at age 15, 1, and immediately after birth. The patch failed to compile. Ultimately, the structured repetition of the Middle Ages reveals the exposed syntax errors of an imperfectly coded matrix.